But how did you get in here?
I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Gayest and Greatest Secret Tavern, this side of Limsa Laminsa, the Queer Buccaneer. I am your host with the most star behind the bar, Captain Eden Jackson, and this is Wednesday night. Everyone's coming in at once. Neil, Kona, Sassy, Hannah, Vin. Hello. How are you all doing? Today I both simultaneously got so much done and nothing done. I made a huge mistake. Vin, thank you for the 79 months. That's so fucking long. I made a huge mistake in saying to my friend who runs a very, very good, very high quality YouTube channel, yeah, I'll edit one of your videos for you. I need the money, you need the time. I didn't fall into procrastination work. I was like, yeah, I'll edit your video. I'll edit your video for you. You don't have the time to do it yourself. I need the money. It's all good. It'll take a couple days max. Because his style is very minimalist, very sort of facts first, not a lot of like meme edits. So it's like it's gonna be an easy edit, right? Come back into the room. I'll edit stuff for money. I get 5 hours in to this edit. And Adobe Premiere Pro does what it does best and crashes on me. Adobe Premiere Pro, my beloved, my least favorite piece of software on the entire planet. 5 hours of work gone. I had autosaves on. Couldn't use DaVinci. I couldn't use DaVinci because a lot of the guys like pre-made assets were all saved in either AEP files or PR Proj files. Had autosave on. The autosave didn't work because it was also having this problem where it wouldn't import After Effects projects. Kaboom! Lotus Center, thank you for the raid. We've just got started. I'm in the middle of telling a story about how terrible Premiere Pro is. How are you all doing, raiders? How has your day been? We're about to do a logo design speedrun challenge thing. Yes, I need to save more. I have started a save your work timer in like all of my day. I do need to start a porno timer. I did also read that as porno timer. I do confess to do most of my editing in After Effects, even the video editing, because I am a gerblin. Like, I'll be honest, After Effects is such a better program compared to fucking Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro can just fucking do one, you know? It can just fucking do one. I am. Thankfully, a lot of that 5 hours of work was more like Premiere. No, thank you. It's so right. Thankfully, a lot of that time was like problem solving time, where it was like I was like ideating and stuff like that. So thankfully, I could like get back to the point where I was in about 3 hours. But imagine if I'd have had the full 8 hours to do the edit and didn't have to do the same fucking work twice. I could basically be done by now. And instead, in other words, I wasn't even like it wasn't really like I was getting the shit out. I was like figuring out how to do the shit. But it was kind of getting the shit out. Enjoy your bottle of Torino. Yeah, good. I love repeating the same thing over and over. I love doing a task and then doing a task again. That's why I do so well with games like Hollow Knight or Dark Souls, because I adore doing a task and then just doing a task again. It's why, like, if a game crashes on me and the autosave isn't good, that's it. The game's over for me. The game's over for me then. If a game crashes on me and I have to repeat, like, destroying repetition Prince was wrong. Prince clearly didn't have ADHD. Prince was clearly the other flavor of neurodivergent to what I am. Because if I have to repeat a task, no, wrong. Prince said tonight we're gonna party like it's 1999, and I assure you, I did not do a lot of partying in 1999. Granted, I was 5 years old, but that I didn't party in 1999, so it's bullshit. Yeah, Dark Souls is just a freelance simulator. Bloodborne is freelance simulator, but you're in the UK. So that's like my experience. To be fair, even I'm like that with games. The games I've really loved and enjoyed. One crash, big setback means never. Yeah, never being removed from the backlog. Yeah, I remember 1999. Well, I was 5 years old. I did not do a lot of partying. Ren's laptop died as he was writing his dissertation and lost progress. He didn't mind that he has to rewrite 2 chapters as he'd have to do so anyway. What annoyed him was the 2 complete essays. Oh, you should be backing up uni work. I mean, I know I have no room to talk about backing up work because I I did not save once in this 5-hour editing process. But I turned the fucking backup on. I turned the fucking backup on. So I should have been good. But alas. So today is the Wheel of Logos logo design speedrun challenge. If you've not been to one of these before, if you're one of the raiders that is still here after all of that, then you're gonna love it around here today. Because we do some art, do it quick, and set the world to rights while we're doing it. Here's my big wheel. For those of you that haven't been here for a while, look at the wheel. You can see that there's a lot of fictional companies on it. So there's like Dr. Wily's Robot Emporium, FAZBEAR Enterprises, Mishima Zaibatsu, that's a new one, Popo, Rupture Farms, Silphco, all of these like fictional companies from like films, TVs, video games, mostly video games. We spin the big wheel, and then wherever the big wheel lands, we then set ourselves we then have some live splits. We do a speedrun rebrand. So we research, we mood board, we get the shit out, we ideate. That's what we call get the shit out is the phrase around here, but ideating is what it's actually called. We refine our idea, we pick a color scheme, and we make all the logo variations. We usually we clock around the 2-hour mark for that. But again, this is like real cutting corners kind of vibes. Wonka's Chocolate Factory is a good one. If you want to add to the wheel, there's a channel point redeem that's a couple of 100 points that you can throw something on the wheel. Graphic design done quick, GDDQ. I've got ALDQ, which is not as good. I might go to GDDQ because that's better. I'm gonna steal that. Is Joja from Stardew? Joja would also be a good one. Joja would also be a good one. Again, hit the redeems, throw them on the list. Wonka's Chocolate Factory. I'm just put the wheel away so I can add that. Wonka's Chocolate Factory. I don't know what the company's actually called in that book / whatever. Joja, let's add Joja as well. Joja, where is J in the alphabet? A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J. After I, of course. Joja Corp. That's just Joja Corp, isn't it? Yeah. Wheel. Fucking let's add to the wheel. Yeah. Good, cheap, fast. We try and do good and fast here. You get 1 good. 2, we can do 2. You can never get all 3. We do good and fast. You can also never get good and cheap. TCRI from Ninja Turtles. I know so little about the Ninja Turtles. Do you know what does TCRI stand for? If you could tell me what TCRI stands for, then I can throw it onto the list. Because I that one doesn't ring a bell for me. Ninja Turtles. Techno Cosmic Research Institute. What a fucking banger. That's a banger ass name. That's real Ninja Turtle, that is. The Techno Cosmic Research Institute. And Bolson Corp. That's good. That's good. Bolson, I think, goes there. Is that the one from Tis the Kingdom as well? The wheel is eating good tonight. We are up to like 40 things on the wheel now. The wheel is eating good tonight. So shall we spin the wheel? Let's spin the fucking wheel and see where it lands. Oh no, one more. Wild Pines. Where is Wild Pines from? Is that Alan Wake, maybe? This is the stream now. This is the stream now. Y'all populating the wheel. What do you mean? Come on. I don't know Wild. Do I know Wild Pines? Name isn't ringing a bell. I'm gonna Google it and then I'm gonna look like an idiot. Wild Pines group. I'm gonna look like an idiot. Ah, yes, the Wild Pines group from Disco Elysium. Yes. One of the 14 original Revacholian Indo tribes. What is Toko Credit? I have never heard of Toko Credit. Let's put that away. So I can add to it. I can add to it while it's on the screen, but it looks like this, and that would obscure my face, and we never want to be obscuring my face. I should maybe just like put the wheel underneath me on the that would make more sense, and then I can stop putting the wheel away. Now that's better. Toko Corporation. I don't Toko Credit, sorry. Toko Credit. There's a lot of it's that one small credit agency. There is a lot of Yakuza on this wheel. I took some Yakuza off the wheel because I thought nobody except me would appreciate landing on Wet's Kitchen, which is my favorite fucking eating establishment in Yakuza is Wet Kitchen. Hannah would appreciate Wet Kitchen as the owner of the one and only Wet Kitchen tote bag that exists. Fine, I'll put Wet Kitchen back on the fucking list. Wet Kitchen. And what's the other one? Spiffos. That's a good one. Spiffos. I've never played Project Zomboid, but I like the name Spiffos. Wet Kitchen. Love Wet Kitchen. Wait, we've got Yagami Detective Agency, we've got Yokohama 99, we've got Smile Burger, we've got I need to add the fucking Spiffos does kind of sound like a slur. But yeah, if we're all done adding things to the wheel, I'll give you all a little bit of moment of grace if you want to add something else to the wheel before I spin it. If you're all done adding things to the wheel, we can give the wheel a spin. Oh yeah, Morning Glory Orphanage, that's another one that's from Yakuza that's on the wheel. And Majima Construction. There's so much Yakuza on this wheel. I'm gonna spin the wheel in a few seconds. If you've all got it at your system. Miguelo's Sundries from FF12. I've never played FF12. That would be a lot of research on my part. If you want to add it, you gotta redeem. You gotta hit me with that redeem. You gotta hit me with that redeem if you want to add it. But I'm gonna spin the wheel now. Something from Earthbound. What are the Earthbound? What are the good Earthbound companies? Redeem says I'm out for today. Oh, can you only do like one a day? I forgot that I put a limit on it. Oh dear. Let's give the wheel a spin. Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a real fun one. We've got FAZBEAR Entertainment. What a good one for October. What a great one for October. FAZBEAR Entertainment. Now, I am going to preface with fuck Scott Cawthon. Can I get a fuck the Scott Cawthon in chat? Preface with fuck the Scott Cawthon. Exotic butters. FAZBEAR Entertainment. Yeah. Preface with fuck the Scott Cawthon. We hate the Scott Cawthon. Fuck Scott Bauer as well. I will never play his games. I will never give him a cent of money. I watched the FNAF movie, but I pirated it, and it was fine. Never give Scott Cawthon money. But FAZBEAR Entertainment is like is embedded in the culture at this point. Did you know Scott is the name of a toilet paper brand in the States? Because fucking Scott Cawthon's full of shit. Let's go over here. So I can move this over here. Make it a little bit smaller. And here we are at research time. So let's hit go on the wheel. So FAZBEAR Entertainment. So let's open the fucking Freddy Fazbear's Pizza wiki to start with. This is apparently the logo from the new game. I wish somebody that wasn't a piece of shit could have it. Yeah, I wish somebody that wasn't a piece of shit could have a significantly nation cultural impact. I feel like, okay, I feel like we've got that in like Adam Savage from Mythbusters, but he's gone now. Okay, so logos, they've got this one. Let's go back over. Let's go to Illustrator. Let's start our new Illustrator file. Let's go 2K. We're gonna grab some stuff. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton's a good one. Dolly Parton is a good one. Sending our thoughts to Dolly Parton. Apparently she's ill at the minute. But she is one of them that's a good one. Miriam Margoyles as well, absolute good one. She's a good one. Her agent said kidney stones. I mean, that's as much as I don't want her to be ill at all. Kidney stones is good because kidney stones isn't lethal. Right, so we've got this logo from like the 70s. We've got this logo from Special Delivery that was used in one game and then never seen again. So one part of the fuck the Scott Cawthon, he's really bad at brand. Like he's really bad at branding. Like every time you see, he's bad at consistency. He's terrible at consistency. Miriam Cunting Margoyles. Miriam Margoyles is great. I'm glad that she's taken her fame, which is in part from a terrible thing, and has like channeled it into being based as fuck. So, FAZBEAR Entertainment. For those that don't know, I'll zoom in. I'll go to grandma mode so you can read it. Isn't fandom a good website? Look at all that fucking dead space. Does my fuck it button? My fuck it button doesn't even work. I've got a fuck it button here. Oh, my fuck it button does work. Yeah. So now there's actually useful amount of space. Going into lurk mode, but signing off with Miriam is mother. Miriam Margoyles is great. I will. Speaking of lurkers, I want to do a little bit of a disclaimer. Twitch is changing the way that it's counting viewers. So I've got a redeem in the redemptions that's 2 channel points and it is just I'm lurking. If you are lurking, just every half an hour, just redeem that so that Twitch knows you're still watching. It's good for metrics. Good for view numbers. There we go. That's the one. Yeah, damn it. Yeah, fucking Jeff Bezos, get in the bin. So, FAZBEAR Entertainment, company that owns and runs Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Playhouse or whatever it's called. Twitch is wank. Every time Twitch is like Patreon. Every time it updates, it gets worse. But we just have to deal. So we're not, okay. I'm also gonna. We're not gonna do the books. We're not gonna do the books. We're not gonna do the books because the books are. There's just too much shit in the books. I don't want to talk about FAZGoo. I don't want to talk about any of this bullshit. These guys do animatronics and pizza warehouses. That's all they do. They don't do goo or VR or dolls. FAZGoo. Do you not know about FAZGoo? Oh, I hope it's got a page. FAZGoo. Do you not know about FAZGoo? FAZGoo. It's a substance that appears in 2 books. 2 books. Hard to extension, you can avoid fandom with Indie Wikibuddy. I've got Indie Wikibuddy. The problem with Indie Wikibuddy is there is no non-fandom FAZBEAR wiki. So this is the only one because it's written there by 16-year-olds that don't know any better. And 30-year-old queers that for some reason have forgiven Scott Cawthon. So they've been going since the 70s. They just basically do animatronics, rentals, parties for kids. They're a kids team. They've had Fredbear's Diner, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 2, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 3, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place, which is legally distinct, and like the Pizzaplex, which is I think the one that we're going to be doing the most work off of, just because it's the most realized one, the one from Security Breach. I don't care about the people that see the problem with this fucking wiki is it's made for people that want to theorize, because Scott Cawthon can't tell a fucking story properly. He puts story crumbs down, waits for other people. Used to be MatPat, let's be real. He used to wait for MatPat to tell his story for him, and then in the next game he will go, this was the story in the last game, and it's just the thing that MatPat said, but a little bit different, so I can say he wasn't 100% right. Fuck off and tell a good story, you wank. And stop giving money to Donald Trump. You gigantic cock. Used to be a bit of a guilty pleasure for me. 5 Nights at Freddy's content. Again, I never gave Scott any money, but watching videos about Freddy Fazbear's used to be a guilty pleasure of mine, and it's not anymore, because I'm fucking sick of the way that absolute penis tells stories, or rather doesn't tell stories, waits for other people to tell all his stories for him. This is not going to be a good speedrun because I'm just getting angry. So, okay. They've got quite a history. They've got like a 50-year history. Gigantic cock, you have my attention. Are you quite finished? So yeah, it's like don't poop on the floor. That's an important one apparently. Yeah, a lot of it is just that it's a kids thing. What's the Chuck E. Cheese logo? Cheese logo. Chuck E. Cheese logo is like the FAZBEAR logo from the movie is kind of just riffing on this. It's kind of just riffing on this a bit. There's at least some hope that all these IPs that we have to avoid giving money to will be safe once the credits are gone. True. Yeah, the Charles Entertainment Cheese logo is what they were riffing off of in the movie. Scott Cawthon's more of a weenie wiener. He is a weenie wiener. You know, I discovered like a fun little tidbit of information that you may or may not know is that the like part of the reason that Freddy Fazbear's exists as a franchise is because of Stephanie Sterling's review of his previous game, Chipper and Co. Lumber, Chipper and Sons Lumber, or whatever it's called. Stephanie Sterling said these animations look like broken animatronics and they're scary. So Scott Cawthon lent into that. So blame Stephanie Sterling for that. Blame Stephanie Sterling for all of this. The one bad thing Steph Sterling has ever done. Stephanie Sterling has accidentally created so much internet culture in ways that is always weird and twisted. Yeah. I've seen them wrestle. They're very good at wrestling. They're not good at... Is this the new Chuck E. Cheese logo? Fucking, is this the new Chuck E. Cheese logo? That sucks. That sucks dick. Is that really what it is? God, that looks haunted. That looks fucking haunted. Is that really what that is? God, that just looks fucking haunted. It's so bad. So bad. They got it out of a claw machine. It's like they got a fucking 12-year-old to just draw over an old logo. God. Right. I'm gonna grab the Chuck E. Cheese logo through time. Because that might be useful. And then I think I'm in mood board now. I think I've had enough like research, because the research is every logo is a technically logo now. This is what we're trying to solve here. They've like flat design. Like I know I work in flat design a lot for logos, but flat design has a fucking place. Can I suggest to you a site that might make many rabbit rolls? I don't know what that means, but yes. I don't know what that means, but yes, please. Like flat, I know I work in flat design a lot, but flat design has its fucking place, and Chuck E. Cheese is not it. I love fontsanduse.com. Fontsanduse.com is so good. You don't get horny logos anymore. Okay. Which of these Chuck E. Cheese logos is the horniest? I'll be honest. Looking at it now, the Chuck E. Cheese logo has always sucked. It's always been absolute dog shit. Not a good logo in the bunch here. Every one of these is bad. Yeah, Amber, which of these is the horny one? Answer for your crimes. Which of these is the horny one? I'll wait. We'll all wait. You're clearly off on one here. If you want to fuck Chuck E. Cheese, does that make you a furry or a monster fucker? We're back. We're back here. The almost two matching on the top row. Yeah. In 1984, they took out the Pizza Time Theater, and it's been downhill from there. This looks like a knockoff of fucking Jurassic Park. The text there, that's a Jurassic Park knockoff, that is. Furry in the 80s. The updated version is Monster Fucker because he's the size of a mouse. Is that because they can't afford to build a full-size animatronic? God, like, so, like the text. The text is always awful. Well, this, fucking hell, this is just this, but ran through a bad image trace filter. Yo, do you guys want to hear? Do you guys want to hear a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory that I'm inventing on the fly right now? Okay. This was their logo 7 years. I posit to you, they lost the raw image file They lost the project file for this logo. I think they lost the project file and only could find a low resolution PNG. So they image traced it poorly to come up with this logo. Because this is just this, but in lower resolution. Like the 2012 to 2019, they update it, and it just loses resolution. It just loses resolution. I think they just lost the image. They just lost the image and had to fucking image trace it. They just had to vectorize a JPEG of this to become the new logo, and boom, that's what you've got there. Because it's just a shittier, less detailed version. It's just an old JPEG, yeah. It's an old JPEG they ran through image trace. And that's it. Anyway. You know what we had back in my day? Back in my day here in the UK, we didn't have a I think this might have been just a Midlands thing, but we had something called Wacky Warehouse, which was basic. You can always say something out of pocket here. We had something called Wacky Warehouse, which was just a big soft play area. But like, I feel like this might be the equivalent of a Chuck E. Cheese. It's not an arcade. I don't know. I don't know how far Wacky Warehouse stretched. It literally might just be in the Midlands of England. But every one of their logos, all three of these are horrible in different ways. Northwest too. Oh, there are Wacky Warehouses near where I am now. I couldn't go to a Wacky Warehouse because I'm 6'2". But I could go to a Wacky Warehouse right now. I didn't know that they still existed, man. Yeah, we didn't have the Wacky Warehouse is closing in on you. There's also we didn't have Chuck E. Cheeses. We don't have like Chuck E. Cheeses. Is a Dave and Buster's like a Chuck E. Cheese? I don't know whether Wacky Warehouse is one thing or whether it's the generic. It's just a generic Wacky Warehouse. It's just a name that they're not allowed to trademark Wacky Warehouse. It's like Frosted Flakes. They're not allowed to trademark it because it's just a descriptor of what it is. Big house with big building with weird shit in it. Dave and Buster's is a grown-up Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, so it's a logo for the mood board. Oh, they all suck. They are all shit. Wow, they're all just bad. They're all just real bad. Woo. These all just kind of suck, don't they? Get my mood board looking all nice. There we go. Baseball. Why does it do? I don't know how I feel about that one. I like that, but I won't feel good about it. What are some other like analogs for a Chuck E. Cheese? Why is it I Am Bruce sometimes? What are some other analogs for a Chuck E. Cheese? What are some other analogs for a like Wimpy? No, Wimpy's just a burger place. Freddy Fazbear's is like it's kids entertainment plus, right, I'm gonna put the Wimpy Burger logo on there. Butlins. It might be Butlins and Haven. Okay, yeah. Butlins and Haven is like what? I'm sorry, you had Rambo Land? Like Rambo man, big man with gun? So Butlins, for those of you that are outside of the UK, Butlins is kind of like, what if Chuck E. Cheese had like a fun fair, like this kind of thing, and also you could stay there for a week, and there was a bar. That's what a Butlins is. So I guess it's kind of the same. Let's whack a Butlins. Let's whack a Butlin on here. Me and some friends have a new tradition where for my friend's birthday we go to Butlins because her birthday is like right at the end of a half term, so none of the kids are there, and Butlins do a bottomless drinks deal where you pay like 20 quid a day to have unlimited cocktails. So we go to a kids holiday park and get wankered for a week. It's fun. It's fun shit. Haven as well. Haven logo. Haven is like Butlins, but not as good. As you can see by the logo, it's just a bit shit. This year we're also going for the unlimited free food, so it's literally just get wankered, get a Burger King, and go home. Not allowed, like not paying any money. We could leave with no food money at all, and it would just go out Nando's, bar, Burger King, home, or back to the fucking chalet. Here in Britain, we really value our holiday parks where people go to let the kids terrorize some children and entertainers while the parents get completely smashed. Yes, and that's really funny if you don't have kids. It's actually surprisingly fun to go there without kids because there's an arcade, there's cheesy kids entertainment that nobody watches, so all of the kids go and just terrorize the kids entertainers, and we're free to go get smashed. There are no kids around. It's great. Holiday parks, they're an insane thing to consider. I'm gonna look up Ramboland. Ramboland Aberdeen. Holy shit, it is an actual Rambo themed park. Why is that a thing that existed? Why is that a thing? That's insane. Fucking only Scotland would come up with such a thing. That's crazy. I feel like I understand 6-year-olds. 6-year-olds were sent to a Rambo themed kids park. I feel like I understand Scotland as a country way more now. I feel like I feel like I get Scotland now. I understand all Scottish people just a little bit more. Why did Ramboland have a dog? Why did Ramboland have a dog? A dog mascot? You don't remember the dog? Clearly there was two dogs. A boy dog and a girl dog. You can see she's a girl because she wears pink. Apparently there were two dogs. I kind of want this to come back and there to be like a John Wick themed kids park, because at least that would make sense to have a dog in it. At least that would make sense if you put a dog in it, you know? Give me a John Wick themed kids park. Call it a special set of thrills. No, that's Taken. That's Taken, not fuck. A Taken themed park. Call it a special set of thrills. I don't know any lines from John Wick. Nobody in Ramboland knew what Rambo was. Clearly not. Otherwise they wouldn't have set it for kids. Y'all, I can't think of any other like analogs for Chuck E. Cheese kind of areas. But the coin game is basically that, but a video game. Coin game doesn't have fantastic branding, but the coin game is basically 6 to 12-year-olds climbing through big nets, discussing the Vietnam War. Incredible. Yeah, the coin game, if you've not played the coin game on Steam, it's basically what if a Chuck E. Cheese or an arcade was a game. It's surprisingly good. But yeah, are there any other places in real life like FAZBEAR's or like Chuck E. Cheese? There was one place we went to instead of Chuck E. Cheese, but it was less spenny. I can't recall what the hell it was called. Alien themed children's restaurant. Yes. Where? I need to know. Also, what was there was some Conkles was gonna say. Yeah, in 2012, Chuck E. Cheese got a micro fetish. Is that when they made him small? Is that when they made him tiny? Is he tiny now? Rainforest Cafe. Yes. Rainforest Cafe, that's a good one. That is when they made him tiny. I see. The Rainforest Cafe logo also blows. That terrifying. That okay. This guy. What the fuck's going on here? What the fuck's going on this guy? Why I think this guy has just let off a rancid ass fart and he's waiting for it to hit you. This guy has just let off a rancid fart and he's waiting for it to hit you. Or they're all in it. The fucking iguana is the iguana's giving me the eyes. Yeah, the frog smelt it. The frog has smelt it. The iguana's giving me fucking bedroom eyes. Somehow the fucking cockatoo is also giving me bedroom eyes. Tag yourself. Rainforest Cafe edition. Which one are you? I think I'm sexy iguana. Anyway, the word cafe there sucks shit. Actually, that just sucks shit. I hope this is their current logo because this one's the good one. I don't want to fucking save the image. I just want to copy it. And then throw it there. So this is the sort of this is the competition for for FAZBEAR Entertainment. And we have, much like the Ace Chemicals, we have some rules. The tigers smelled it. Yeah, the fucking this guy and this guy both smelt it. Neither of them are happy. You are the dinner. So okay, much like the Ace Chemicals thing, we have rules. The number one, like, if you remember the Ace Chemicals episode, the rule was something that didn't remind them of the Joker thing. This one, no purple. We don't want to evoke thoughts of the purple guy thing. And if you're not familiar with the plot of Five Nights at Freddy's, good, keep it that way. Definitely the frog, the one monogamous Chan at the meetup. Yeah, the frog is realizing the actual reason everyone is here. The frog has realized that this is not just a friendly meetup. The frog has realized that this is a sex party. And they're like, oh no, I was just here to play some Settlers of Catan. I was just here to play some. I was just here to play some games. I'm definitely gonna play. So yeah, let's get our rules down. And again, if you're not familiar with the plot of Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm not gonna explain it to you because your life is better for not knowing it. So it wants to be. Let's bump up our text size so we can all read it. FAZBEAR Entertainment. Okay, are we going to rebrand FAZBEAR Entertainment, or are we going to rebrand Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? I think that's what it's called. I think we're rebranding FAZBEAR Entertainment. So it's fun. It's kid-friendly. Don't think about the dead kids. Don't think about the purple guy. No Faz goo. God, this story is fucking ridiculous. There's also Mpreg in one of the FAZBEAR books. They wrote a story about Mpreg and then sold it to children. And the guy that gets Mpregged is a stand-in for Matt Pat from Game Theory. I have to know that. So I have to share that with everyone that will listen. And now you all know that. I'm sorry, you're welcome. I think Fazgoo might be the thing that makes the guy pregnant. The that whole face just read, yeah, that's an apt reaction. He was in the movie. His line in the movie was, "You shouldn't skip breakfast. Some people say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but hey, that's just a theory." And I think it was so hard for him. I think he made a really good performance, because it must have been really hard for him to not go, "Oh, game theory," because he's been doing that reflexively for like 10 years. So I'm really happy for him that he didn't do that. Because I want to see the bloopers in which he did that several times. Fun, kid friendly. Don't think about the dead kids. Don't think about the purple guy. No fat, no goo. No goo in general. He did have pretzels, so he was talking about food. So he might have gone, "That's just a theory." Food theory. You know, the other channels that nobody watches. Yeah, there's no Mpreg in the movie. No Mpreg. Just none of the book nonsense. It's just fun, kid friendly. I think family friendly is a more apt one than kid friendly. No dead kids. No purple. I think just no purple in general. Stick to, like, if we're going to evoke the animals, we're going to stick to the core cast, which is your Freddy FAZBEARs, your Chica the Kitchen, your Bonnie the Bunny, your Freddy the Pirate R, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. No Monty, no Orville the Elephant, no Lefty, no Puppet. Just the core cast. Just the core cast. No fucking... Trying to think of the most... No Mr. Hippo. No weird ninja frog. No Mpreg. Is Foxy from Foxy Bingo a furry or a monster? Is Foxy from Foxy Bingo is a furry? That's not even up for debate, because he's just a man. What is a fox? And sometimes he gets a little bit horny with it. So no, I'm gonna say no purple. Yeah, the don't think about the purple guy basically means no purple. Not too chucky cheesy. Not too chucky cheesy. Easy on the teeth. No biting. Doing Foxy the animatronic or Foxy the character, legally distinct. I think we mean Foxy the animatronic, legally distinct. That Foxy Bingo advert where it was a man in like bad, like prop fox and the pink suit. No, didn't like that. It gave me like bootleg Fantastic Mr. Fox vibes. Didn't like it. I think it's like tech adjacent, but not a tech company. And then things like top hats, magic, top hats, costumes, you know, like adventure is kind of the vibe of like the fucking the pizza, like the Pizzaplex from Security Breach is very much adventure, but then that's got a weird, like, if we're doing like Pizzaplex era, if we're doing like Security Breach Pizzaplex era, then it's all very like David Bowie, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. That did just seem to be for that game though. But yeah, I think those might be our rules. David Bowie with or without unfortunately. Scott Cawthon is a Christian man. He is. Those games are very sexless. As an aside, do you guys remember the great Galab, whatever that fucking the video with the goo man? I am the great Galab, glub, or whatever it was. Fucking, you know the one. the goo library man, yeah, the goo library man. Directed by Scott Cawthon. I hate that. The Great Galab was directed by Scott Cawthon. That's what he was doing before he Five Nights at Freddy's. Check IMDb. I'm not doing you a lie. I hate it. He's never been good. He's yeah. Fucking check IMDb. I'm not fucking. If anyone, I need to know. Look, the great. I am the great. Galab, whatever it was called. Tell me, thank you for the 4 months. What is it from? What are you from? This thing. The Great Glab. This thing. Directed by Scott Cawthon. Hope Animation. What's it from? Also, yeah, I am the yeast of thoughts and minds. What does that even mean? Hope Animation. Scott Cawthon, I believe. Why won't you tell me what it's from? Top best lyrics? Fuck it. Genius, will you tell me what it's from? Straczynski and the Mysterious House, I believe, was directed by Scott Cawthon. IMDb. This is very important. All cast and crew. Writers, written by Scott Cawthon. Not even directed. Written by Scott Cawthon. The same man that brought us I Am the Great Glab, wrote those words. The same man that wrote I Am the Yeast of Thoughts and Minds. The same man wrote the abortion of story, the lack of story that is in Freddy Fazbear and his oeuvre. Sometimes I think I was extremely honest good. Every time I'm presented with whatever the fuck this is, and I realize I spent more time staring at the water. Okay, the film came out in 2012, so it's not as old as it looks. There's the polycule again. It's not as old as it looks. It's just low budget. But yeah, Straczynski and the Mysterious House, one of the Christian movies that Scott Cawthon wrote before he wrote the thrilling and well thought out story in Freddy Fazbear. I reiterate, fuck the Scott Cawthon. So yes, this is our list. So let's, now that we're done, apparently this was mood boarding. We're not beating our best. Let's go on to ideating. So here we are in our favorite phase of the project. We are in the get the shit out phase. For those that don't know, for those that haven't been here before, the get the shit out phase is Exactly what it sounds like. This is where we are not bothered about doing something good. We're bothered about getting ideas out. We are getting the shit out. Because you can't have a good idea if you're afraid to make ideas. So just get the shit out. Just get the shit ones out, and then you're fine, and then you're good. Sometimes you'll get the shit out idea. You will accidentally do a good idea, and that's cool. That's fine. That's allowed. I have an idea that utilizes top hats. I have an idea that utilizes top hats. So if I could get a warp filter, make it bulge, please. Yeah. Oh, should I go that or should I go squeeze? Oh, give me a nice little squeeze filter. Look at that. That's top hatty. That's nice and sexy little top hat. What is this emote? What did I say a thing? Oh, also the quotes. The quotes have been fixed. If you want to quote something I said, exclamation mark add quote or exclamation mark quote add. If you want to quote something somebody else in chat has said, just reply to their message with exclamation mark quote this, exclamation mark quote that, exclamation mark quote reply, or exclamation mark reply quote. Any or all of them work. Quotes were broken for a bit, but they're fixed now. So everyone be on guard. And you can just say exclamation mark quote and it'll grab you a random one. Like Vin wanting to know about the giant feet from Monday. So it's quote add or add quote, all one word to add quotes. So I have this idea with the top hat because Freddy FAZBEAR is known for his top hat. As you can see, it's here. For the mood board, you just get a photo of the turkey. That's a real good one. That's a good one. You should ask me about that later. I can just send if you're using StreamerBot, I can just send you the import code that I used. I think there exists body cam footage of that now. We're not going to watch the body cam footage. Chuck E. Cheese getting arrested. This is fucking one for the ages. Absolutely one for the ages of just in costume. The fact that he keeps the head on is so good. So I love that he kept the head on. Yeah, if you're using StreamerBot, I'll just send you the imports. If you're not using StreamerBot, use StreamerBot. It's great. How do you draw this bit? It's not just another. It's not just another. That looks too cowboy hat. That looks way too cowboy hat. Round off those corners. Can I add another transform? Give me another warp, please. Give me another inflate. No, I want to squeeze. Give me a squeeze, please. I would like a squeezy. Thank you. I don't know if I like that shape. I don't know if I like that shape. That might be a bad shape. Maybe shell upper and we just sort of bow the top like that. Is that the play? I also like. So I wish it would turn off the cops. So I wish it would turn out. The cops realized earlier on it was the wrong person, but rather than arrest another Chucky. He does have a bow tie. We should get a picture of a Freddy. Freddy. We should just get a picture of a Freddy, or a couple of Freddys. We've got. Let's grab a couple of Freddys. So we've got cool original Freddy. Or Cool Ranch. Sorry, he's American, so it'd be Cool Ranch Freddy. And then what's it called? Glam Rock. Rockstar. So this is your nacho cheese Freddy. Your nacho cheese Freddy. Or maybe he's chili heatwave Freddy. He might be chili heatwave Freddy. And then you've got toy Freddy, which is the terrifying, the bad one. I don't want a Freddy toy. I want a toy Freddy. The order is very important. Yeah, this is the bad one. The one that like is canonically just bad at video games. He's scary because he's bad at video games. So here's your Triforce of Freddy. You've got Freddy Nacho Cheese. You've got Freddy Nacho Cheese, Freddy Cool Original, and Freddy Chili Heatwave. Let's put those there because we're probably going to need those. But yeah, he is top hat bow tie, top hat bow tie. Even in Sexy David Bowie mode, he's still got top hat bow tie and pauldrons. Sure. So I am thinking of doing that, and then can we make that white, please? Can I whiten that one? Well, let's come in front of that. So this might be shit. That's the point. Let's make a copy of that. Let's make that smaller. Can I make this the A in? Can I make the A in FAZBEAR into a top hat? Is that anything? Or does it look too like? Does it look too much like a fucking nuclear smokestack? I don't know. It might look too nuclear smokestack. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try for science, and it might end up good. You just never know with these kind of things. Maybe it'll be good. And what we're gonna do is we're going to grab all of this. Grab just these three actually, because I want. No, I want all of these, please. Why won't it give me all of them? Copy, paste. Oh, it's because I'm on direct select. I get it now. I'm stupid. And then all I want is, well, I want to expand them all first, because what we're trying to get is that middle white stripe. Because we're going to use that middle white stripe as a, well, we're going to use the black bit actually as a separator. Let's pull it forward. Is that anything? Is that... It does look like an A. Does it also look like a piece of shit? Possibly. Well, this is the getting the shit out of this. We're ideating. Is it anything? Maybe. Maybe. We like maybe. Because then if we can find a font that matches this... Let's group all of that. And then... Do you reckon? Just rebrand to Faz. What if we just rebranded to Faz? Don't like it. Don't like that. I'm not sure I like... I kind of vibe with the top hat, but I'm not sure I vibe with like making it the A. Maybe making it an F. Maybe we make it an F. We can agree that this logo like blows chunks. And And this logo ain't much better. It's really plain. But can we make a copy of you? Can we shuffle you backwards? Paint you white. Shrunk-a-dunk you down. And then turn that into that. No. Turning the top hat into a letter, I don't think is gonna work. This song did slap. I can tell you what it was called, but you saw it earlier. Actually, what is this song called? This is Lost Ship by Ben Prunty. Maybe bow tie. Maybe instead of doing hat, let's do bow tie. Because bow tie, we can do Faz above, bear below with the bow tie bits as separators. So let's make a very, very simple bow tie. We're gonna take this circle. And then let's move it out. I'm gonna do everything like we're gonna try and do everything like measured. I don't know if that'll work, but let's rotate this by like 10. And then rotate it by -20, the other, like, to make a copy. So we're now left with this shape, and then we can... Now we've got, like, the ends of the bow tie. We can, with a triangle, roll this around. Grab. We want to be like, we're not bothered about being realistic, but we're bothered about being accurate, because these kind of things, these kind of sort of accuracy things, they don't look like they matter, but people, it's kind of thing where people will be bothered about it, but they won't know why they're bothered about it. If they aren't selling clothes called FAZBEAR, but they are just very bad at business in America. People won't understand why they're bothered about it, but they will be bothered about it. It's the same thing you get, like, whenever there's a new logo rebrand and it's bad. Like, I can tell why it's bad. And everybody else can tell that it is bad. But nobody can tell you why it's bad. But the human eye does recognize when things are wrong. It's the same. It's kind of like the Uncanny Valley, but for just sort of perceived inaccuracy. Why has that got boobs in it? It doesn't need boobs. But yeah. Let's get rid of some points. This. Round the fuck out, please. So you can round out, cool. Is it you? It's you up here that can't round. You absolute penis. That did futz with the shape a bit, but we're gonna deal with that. What's wrong with the Cracker Barrel? The Cracker Barrel logo was too woke. Damn it! That was what happened with the Cracker Barrel logo. It was too woke. Because the one thing that we wokies love, it's simple corporatized graphic design. We wokies. You know, you and me, the wokies, we love that shit. What I might do, actually, is go again for a rotate. Maybe like a bigger rotate this time. And then we go minus 30 the other way. Is that too big to be a bow tie? I think it's too big to be a bow tie, actually. So let's go rotate 15, rotate again, minus 30, copy. I think it's 20 in it. We want to go by 20. So minus 20 and then 40 the other way. That'll overlay so we get... Okay, maybe not. Is that too wide to be a bow tie? That might be too wide to be a bow tie. Maybe it won't. But either way, I want to put a little bit of an outline on here just to bring some definition to it. I told you all about how I find these streams inherently anxiety-inducing. Well, that never went away. Every time I'm like, maybe this is the week when it's exposed that I'm a fraud. That never went away. Even though, like, I know that I'm not a fraud. It's still like, what if this is the week? They realize I don't know what I'm talking about, where I'll make a terrible decision. I'll do something and then try and justify it. It won't make any sense. Your track record is quite good. My track record was quite good until there was the crash of last week, and then I had to fucking remake the glitch bit. With that being said, I am going to save this now. FAZBEARs. I save this, and we're going to remember. We're going to remember to save. If somebody could hit me with a sound that reminds me to save every so often, great. Let me look at some bow ties. Bow tie. What are the shapes? Stick in chat. Yeah. Just hit me with like an exclamation mark kaboom or something, and that'll remind me to save. Or an exclamation mark splish or something. So the shapes of a bow tie. Is this. And of course we don't need to go like super we don't need to go super authentic with it. But just out of curiosity, what would happen? I did image trace a bow tie. Bring the threshold way up. See that it's shape. So there's 3 distinct bits, and it's there's a curve here and a curve there. So let's draw some circles to illustrate that. Let's go no fill. We want no fills. This is a fill-less show. And then we want a white stroke, but like a fat to thin white stroke. Where's the fat bit and where's the thin bit? Okay, so let's rotate that around. Do you see what we're trying to do? We're trying to like trying to create those curves. Let's grab this. Let's grab this by this bit, and let's O and flip it on the horizontal. That was not the right thing. I want this shape, please. I want this shape. Rotate, flipped. There we go. So now we've got these. We want to... Knife tool, knife tool, knife tool, knife tool. Where is my knife tool? One day, I'll remember where all the tools are in this fuck shit ass piece of software. But until then, let's just use a circle. So we want to go around there is where this isn't making any sense to anyone, but it will do shortly. So I get rid of that and get rid of that. No, I need my knife tool. I need my knife tool. Where the fuck did I leave my knife? Where did I leave my knife? Knife? Scissors. Knife. There we go. Knife tool. Knife tool. Need to do some surgery. Exactly. Maybe it's the scissors that I need. I might need the scissors. So I just want this one. Let's go knife and let's go bang. And what this should do is cut up the shape. So, am I using the wrong tool? Is it the scissors that I need? It was the scissors that I needed. Now what I'm trying to do is with the scissors, I want to cut the line so now I can get rid of this bit. And now, if you look, we've just got the segment and it's got the points. It's got the points on it. That's what I was trying to do this whole last time. So now let's shift it down just a little bit and then flip it back up again. That looks like a real bow tie now. That looks like a bow tie ass bow tie now. I'm not quite sure I like the flowered edge. I might turn that just into a straight triangular edge, or maybe even just like here it's just a rounded triangle. Here it's got like this dog bone shape, and here it's got that dog bone. Kind of looks like sideways M's. It's got an F almost built into it. What if I tried it with rounded triangles? Let's have a crack at what that looks like. Give me one of them in that, and give me none of that. So let's grab this. Let's make a copy up here, and this will be. I'm gonna try it with 3 bumps, 2 bumps, and 1 bump. So this will be the 2 bump. This will be the 1 bump. Once again, this does still count as getting the shit out because I'm still not entirely faithful in this. I'm still not entirely like confident in this idea. But I think it's got some legs on it, you know. So we just want these 2 corners. So this one and this one. We'll pull those right in. And if we can have this one moved to be in the center of that circle. Thank you. Not to get into another big rant about AI, but that new fucking like Suno 2 app has no reason to exist, does it? It is just a slop creation machine. It fully has no reason to exist. And I honestly don't see it lasting very long, because every company in the world is going to want to sue it. I was going to give it 6 months. I might give it 6 weeks. Like, honestly, with the amount of shit, the amount of like, now that it's already had to like be really strict on copyright and using copyrighted things. Originally it was like, oh, we're gonna have an opt out, and now it's going to change to an opt in. So this is our no bumps. Well, this is our 1 bump. We're also going to try the dog bone. And to do the dog bone, we just need... So we've got these ones that I'm calling the... This is the broccoli. This will be the dog bone. And this is just, triangles. I don't have a funny name for that one. But everything needs a funny name. The easiest way is just to... The easiest way is just to give it balls, I guess. I guess we're there. We're just going to give it balls. And then expand that out. And get rid of that bit. Throw all of that in one shape. Get rid of that bit. Get rid of that bit. Oh, balls. Right. Just widen them just a poke bigger. And then, oh, that is still all one shape. Cool. Let's make it all just one shape. And then we can play loosey-goosey with these handles. So, now that we've given it balls, which does everyone prefer? Triangles, love heart, or broccoli? So I subbed to an artist. I subbed to Artist, the basic package was just the music. It included lots of AI things for high level subscriptions. Sora 2 is now included. I'm praying they don't add any stuff to the package I pay for, because I'd have to consider it or else to go. They still suck footage, so I might imagine some of the creators, but preferably keep it up. Yeah. Fucking Adobe stock is full of AI now. Adobe stock's full of AI. Like, so many things are just fucking full of it now. It's just slop, and I can't fucking handle it. Let's smooth this out just a little bit. Oh, see I think the sharp corner there, we want that. So let's just smooth out this bit and this bit if you can. Yeah, let's get that real smoother than will smooth. What does that mean? Don't know. But one time Catacris said it and I was like, that's it. That's going in the mental lexicon. Smoother than will smooth. That looks better now. It looked a little bit lumpy to my eye. The bubble will burst on AI soon. Yes, it is undeniably a bubble. Like, I remember it's the exact same thing that happened to like the .com boom that was the .com bubble. Like, we are in the AI boom that has already started to become the AI bubble. Like, I can feel the tide turning on it. So my plan with going back to the logo, my plan is to have like the word Faz up here and bear down here. We're gonna bear down for midterms. I think we eliminate number 3. I'm not a fan of number 3. I'm glad I experimented. Number 1 and number 2 are both strong. We use programming system, and every 3 years we negotiate the licenses. Basically, we wouldn't have to accept our wishes until we also paid for some of the agentic AI solutions they have to push it. I'm on this course at the minute, this business course, and one of the women on the course runs an AI company. And she's coming for she's coming to business advice, help build a business, that kind of thing. And like, I just want to grab her by the shoulders and shake her and go, "You have no product. You have no service. What are you selling? You're not selling anything. You're selling slop. You're peddling slop. You're making the world a worse place. Stop it. Sell something real." But she won't listen. 2 feels more fun. Is it the hearts? I think we eliminate 3. Get rid of 3. Don't like 3. 2 is slightly more, like 2 feels slightly more jolly. 2 is whimsy, 1 is clean. We're not doing clean. So I think we go for 2. We go for, again, it's like, it's this guy's birth. His is slightly spikier, but it's nacho cheese Freddy's. Whereas like chili heatwave Freddy over here has the sort of the rounded triangle edges, which is what we've done here. Nacho cheese Freddy is the one that was aimed more at kids. So I think we're gonna go with this one. So let's. We'll put them both in the corner. Put them both in the corner just in case. Just in case we change our mind. But we will keep this one. And then let's save it. I'm just about to shape build. I'll save after I've built. Boop, boop, boop. And just make all this one shape. Please and thanks. And then simplify that down to as few points as you can. Thank you. Save. Saved. Ooh, those are some stray points. What is that? Oh, nasty. What have I done there? Still got my copy. So I can, I'm able to fix this up. Just select all. Right, let's get rid of all this white, because this is kind of going to be our principal glyph. Like, let's cut this out of the way, and we can just get rid of all of these shapes. Get rid of all of these shapes. And paste that back in place. And that's now nice and clean. We're just on 3 shapes. So if I open my layers panel, I'm just going to see 3 shapes, right? Okay, 4. I don't like it, but I'll take it. And how is the symmetry on it? If I flip it, you can't even fucking tell if I flip it. Mwah. Maybe I am good at this. Right. Text. So this is kind of going to be our principal glyph. Because my plan is to have, grab the center, grab a circle like this. And then if we can grab this and make that a compound path, release, offset. And give me like a 30 pixel border. And then get rid of all this. I want to warp the words. This is a banger. This is a chiptune banger. I quite like those. I want to warp the words Faz and Bear around into these two shapes. You dig? You dig what I'm saying? What is this shape, please? I want to know what this shape is down here. Get rid of that one. Don't like that one. Okay, so now we're down to some shapes. So I want to Faz and Bear. After dip, the sick is making me oh so EP. I'm hoping I'm better tomorrow. Enjoy this. Enjoy your eeps. Hopefully you're less of the sick. It's looking a little. It's almost looking a little bit Pokeball right now. Which I don't love, because that's not what we're going for. Can I just get rid of that? Yeah, I think I can just get rid of that. No, I can't get rid of those. So those should be way down here on the other layer that we call backups. Backups. That's good zone. Yeah, we will avoid trying to do we will avoid Pokeball colors. That's how we will save ourselves. We'll avoid Pokeball colors. So no red and white. FAZBEAR isn't red and white anymore. We should be good. So we've got this shape, this shape, this shape, and this shape. This shape can be a compound. And then let's go groovy with our text. So we've got Faz up here. Let's find a nice font. A nice, fun, kid-friendly, adventurous font. We're in the font zone right now. Welcome to the font zone. We're in the font zone for all you font heads out there. We're just gonna grab get out of the libraries. We're just gonna grab what I think is gonna be right. The order of layers is so very important in right. So it needs to be a font with a firm top baseline. That is so no funky comical wanker bollocks. There is that's shit. That was so bad. Let's see. That's actually really bad. That actually looks font did kind of look drunk. These all look kind of terrible. Bungie is a font that like I hate. Bungie has become one of those fonts, you know, the ones where it's like just one of those go-to fonts that everyone uses because it's a Canva preset. Okay, this is not the kind of distortion I wanted. Oh, but Chuck's fun. Chuck's a real fun font. Oh, that's quite fun. That. Oh, I don't hate that. That's a real fun one. Am I? Oh. Not sure. Is that? It does kind of look like a burger. And FAZBEAR does sell food. Do it again on the bottom one. Make with envelope distort, please. I'm not sure about that Z, but I love it more broadly. The Z is the least good one, and it does kind of say Beeb. We can go in and adjust the lettering. We will have to go in and adjust the lettering. I don't like how round it is. I had to quickly Google to remember who Scott Cawthon is. Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck the Scott Cawthon. Fuck the Scott Cawthon. I don't like how round it is. I think we need to change the shapes of the thing that we're distorting in. But I think there is potential. Maybe if we come out of all this, just undo all of this. Just whiz back. Right, we need to change the shape of these. Change the shape of these things. To maybe something taller. And let's put a warp on it. You know me, I love it when you put a warp on it. Maybe. And again, we're just playing Calvin Ball at the minute. There are no rules. Maybe if we cut that bit, cut that, and cut that. Is that a friendlier shape? Looks less like a Pokeball. Let's find out how the text sits in it. We were in a font called Chuck. Christmas cracker. Christmas crackers aren't a thing in America. I learned recently. Well, I keep relearning recently. Christmas crackers not a thing in America. Ooh. I don't hate that. Couldn't work. Does it need a rounded? I think it might still need a rounded top. I think the top is the wrong way. Could add bear as the top. I think like it still needs a rounded top. Maybe like that kind of profile, you know? And then we cut that out, add those two. It's getting a little bit of an extreme shape on it now. Saving. Faz. Chuck. We're going to keep this Chuck font because I quite like. It's saying fun, but also saying like a little bit tacky. Make top object. Oh, bastard. I need to know the shortcut for envelope distort. Control-Alt-C. That's, I think, what I want. I think that's what I want. And then grab that, Control-Alt-C. Oh! Oh, is that the one? Is that the one? It looks top hatty as well. We've come back to top hat. We got top hat and bow tie both in there. FAZBEAR. Oh, I like when it hits. I like when it hits. And teeth. And teeth. A big smile. I'm going to move right into final idea with this because I'm really happy with this. So now let's get rid of that. Don't need that. So I think this.
Professor Helper here.
Thank you, Professor Helper. I think we're all right. I think I've got everyone's help in chat. I don't need your help.
Then.
Bye bye. Right. And it needs entertainment in there. And the easiest way to do it is to chuck entertainment at the bottom. Wave Hello is broken. God damn it. Wave Hello is broken. Remind me to fix Wave Hello. I need to remake Wave Hello the way that I've remade everything else. Right. What? Let's talk about font matching. Can you make entertain? That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Which is making me think maybe the two shapes need to be different. Maybe this needs to be a flat line. Let's go back a little bit. Maybe this needs to be a flat line. Because then one, it looks more like a top hat. And then two, we end up with a really nice base to put our text on. Why is there so many corners there? Can I order a simplification on that, please? Thank you. How many points is that? That's not nearly enough simplification. It would help if I drew the rectangle properly. Oh, this is very outward, very nice. No curve, the entertainment round the edge of the other end. Ooh, I don't think I like that. I think that would have too much going on. I am prone to putting a hat on a hat, and I'm resisting the urge to put the hat on the hat there in that specific regard. That control bolts. I mean, look at that. Look at that, though. Oh, that's really top hatty. Mwah. Oh, I really like how that looks. I really, really like how that looks. Don't need to go to that. I'm such a big fan of that. That's banging. And then we can flashbang ourselves. We can grab a shape like this. The width of that. Oh no, a clip. I hate when the clips get made because it means I've done something stupid. I mean, I love when the clips get made because it's a fun, shareable moment that I can use to put on Blue Sky and get several likes. But it does mean I've said something stupid. Right. Let's pair a font. Let's pair a font with Chuck. There's a font called Larry. So this is a really chunky font. So we want something thin. I think that pairs quite well. They've got similar. Let's do a nice test. I think they've got similar X heights. Yeah, that's the thing. That's a thing you want to look for when font pairing. Is if the X heights are similar, then generally they should pair quite well. It's a weird rule. Not quite sure why it works. But if you're pairing fonts, checking the X heights, they should be similar, if not the same. And I think making that all caps would be useful. All caps. Like, I think these fonts pair well, because you've got because it tests the height and width of the font with an X. It does test the height and width of a font with an X. You're right. The X is the biggest letter in a font with no overhang, so you get the X height and the X width. So I think these two fonts are going to pair quite well. And then if the fonts have similar X heights, then they kind of like have similar weights, but not in like a strictly font-sensical weight kind of way. More in like a just like a visual, optical kind of weight way. You know what I mean? Like they take up the same amount of weight in the image. I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. No, that needs to be smaller. And then this. See, okay. How's that? Or do we just make that Chuck again? Do we just use Chuck again? No, we don't use Chuck again. What I'm gonna do instead of putting that as the backdrop, I'm gonna use the oft understated appearance panel, because the appearance panel is gonna be really good for stuff like this, because it can just convert any shape to a rounded rectangle. Whack a big nice corner height on it. Whack it 20 by 20, and then we go path outline object. And then we can go back in and go by like 40 by 40. And now that is one object now, which is really, really handy. And we can make it bigger. This is fun little tricks that you never thought you'd need with me. Fun little tricks that you will never need because you're not a logo designer. But I like showing off. Right, let's take this down to about there. About there. I quite like this. I think this looks banging. If I'm honest, I think this looks banging. I find it funny that the word entertainment is the most boring bit of the entire logo. Well, I'm planning on designing my own logo, but nothing beyond that. If you need a logo designer, come talk to me. The word entertainment being the most boring part of the logo, I find quite funny. Just to check, what does it look like with just a whole ass? Just a bold line. No, I don't like the bold line under it. Let's round off the corners a wee bit more. And then maybe... Now this may be putting a hat on a hat. You got to tell me if this is putting a hat on a hat. I didn't want that. I definitely didn't want that. I think now I'm putting a hat on a hat. Putting a hat on a hat. I think this might need more of a gap. Right. Compare 70s, 2000s, 2020s. I think that's banging. I think that is banging. I'm willing to hear out any changes that anyone wants to see. But honestly, I'm really happy with how this has come together. And considering we spent like 40 minutes in the first two sections just having a proper bitch and a moan about these games, I'm quite happy with it. So let's take the word entertainment and put it in the bin. Let's take these and put a copy in our backups folder, which is over here. Now let's expand out and do some shape building, because we can just get rid of all these shapes, which won't look like it's any different, but we do this all the time, and you know why we get rid of the shapes by now. If you've seen this stream enough, you know that by getting rid of the shapes, we make it transparent. That should be just one compound path now. Now we've got this. Oh, now let's talk color. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about color. That is a really fun big band song to start. Then the big band announcer took me over. Non-binary people, you're allowed to talk about color with me as well. In fact, I would encourage your opinion more than anybody else's. But yeah, let's... Oh, this is a really fun bit of music. Oh, I love this bit of music. What is this? Family Means Business from Magic the Gathering Sapphire. Okay. Colors. We were talking about colors. So the obvious colors on the 3 Freddies, on Cool Original Freddy is just brown and black. On Nacho Cheese Freddy, he introduces a little bit of red, and then on Chili Heatwave Freddy, we've got electric blue, lots of red. We've got the torso color. I think the obvious colors are oranges, reds, blacks. We're gonna stay away from reds to not evoke Pokeball. But I think that there is... we're going to expand these out. So now these are just shapes. Yes. Can I just grab a tasty little orange from over here, please? No, I can't. Okay. Okay, can I put that orange there? No. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me grab that orange. This is an absolute corker of a... The music selection today has been banging. It's been exceptional. Okay, so the other thing with Freddy is the purple top hat. So we could go purple on the top hat, or we could go orange. We go purple on the top hat. We could go orange with the bow tie. And this, not to get all farty with the story, does actually evoke the history of FAZBEAR Entertainment with the purple top hat. So you evoke the modernity with the new orange. We've got the orange of the most most modern animatronic, with the purple top hat of the history of the history of FAZBEARs. So you've kind of got the entire history of the franchise. Just oh, that is a absolutely horrendous amount of points. Simplify that down, please. And these ones, a horrendous amount of points. So yeah, with because again, not to get too fucking story farty, but Fredbear, the character that was the precursor to Freddy Fazbear, had the purple top hat, and he was like their original character. Do not steal. So going back to the purple top hat, there's even like a faux sort of there's even like a faux sort of up down with the word bear, which is unintentional, but I quite like that. Go back and retighten a couple of these corners just for aesthetics. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the orange, if I'm honest. Let's crack into that. Can we get a yellow that's quite nice? That's a horrendous yellow. Making the entertainment box black, I think, is a sensible solution. I'm just trying to find a nice... I don't hate that, but it's a bit plain, you know? Maybe we just freewheel it. Trust our gut and grab that. Looks like a nice shade of orange. And then everything around it can adjust. Let's grab that. Nice. Oh, that is a bold purple. And then have a... I actually think I like the purple on the word entertainment. Just builds that top hat shape more. If you split it up with a different color, the top hat shape doesn't read as strongly, you know. Like if we make it the orange, or if we make it a black, I don't think it reads as strong as having it the same color. Because if it's the same color, your mind just reads that as one shape, and you read the top hat shape. Splitting it up with color, I think, will only serve... It is a bit Jamiroquai hat. It is a bit Jamiroquai, which I don't hate. I quite like Jamiroquai. But yeah, I think keeping it one color is good. Keeping the top hat shape as one color, I think works better than having it as two separates. So this is our final idea. We're banging through. My splits are all messed up because we're already in colors. So our color scheme is predominantly Creludor Altador Cup. Oh, that's a throwback for the ages. Saving. It's fucking Creludor. You're so right. You're so right. It's Creludor. Which makes it out of this world, you know. Right. So 60 on the vertical. So this is our color scheme. We've got We do have our black. We have got our black, which is this. I think it's this. Is this really dark purple, perhaps? Or maybe even like a darker purple. We did say no purple guy. We did say no purple guy. But listen to my justification. Listen to my justification. It's not a purple man. Justification 1, it's not a purple man. Justification 2, the first ever character created by FAZBEAR Industries wore a purple top hat. And the most recent character has this orange skin. So with the orange and purple color scheme, we have combined the past of the franchise with the present of the franchise. We're getting its entire history surmised in this logo. Because the word FAZBEAR is a purple top hat. I'll let us know, I'm not happy about it. Pulled that one out of my ass, didn't I, gang? I just like purple. But no, that is true. I'm not making up lore. I'm not Scott Cawthon. So this is our color scheme. Something ultimately new, something borrowed, and something not blue. Exactly. We just need a white now. So with the white, I'm gonna base it off our orange, get the top tint of that. And that is that's our white tone. That might actually be a bit might be a bit strong for a white, a light neutral. The design term is it's a light neutral, but let's be real, it's a fucking white. I'm using it in place of white. It's a white. This is things like, oh, you need a light neutral and a dark neutral. No, you need an analogous black and an analogous white. You need what are you using in place of white? What are you using in place of black? It's your white and your black. Let's grab an even lighter one. Yeah, that's good. That's sexy. We do need our variants, though. We need our variants. So for our variants, we need to reach into the backups. I think this is a good color scheme. It is mostly purple. We have broken the purple rule. However, they do still use purple staff uniforms, so I think they're okay with some purple. Let's try. What if this was all in this darker purple? Boring is what. So let's grab our backup again, because we need to talk about variants. And for our variant, we are going to envelope options. We are going to actually delete the... Okay. Now, I may be stupid, but how do I release this? Envelope distort, release. There we go. And you as well, envelope distort, release. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. They did the market research. They know what they are doing. I see. See. Kona understands. Let's bust that all the way down into a black. Let's actually let's just like expand that and flatten. Color this in. So this is okay. Our primary glyph. Does our primary glyph have the bottom on it or not? Does it have the bottom or not? I think it does. And then we have our text alongside. Yeah, because top hat. Yeah, because top hat. And it was ITC Sans ITC Avant-Garde. There we go. Let's grab this. Align these two like this. And then let's go 2/3, please. 66. Two-thirds, 66. And can I not have it? Can I not have it? Oh, apparently I can't have it aligning against a certain side because I suck. Boop-ba-doop-ba-doo. Let's have that be maybe like that far away. No, too close. Too close. Too close. They're practically making it. That's too far away. They look like they got a divorce. 66%. Let's do some middle grounding. I generally work in like 2/3s because it just kind of vibes. And then we've got these, which should be not the same size because that would be insane. But maybe again 2/3. 2/3 is a good. These are now too far apart.
Kaboom!
Araya Melissa, thank you for the raid. Welcome. How are you doing? Thick, funky. We are in thick, funky Fontland. Welcome to the bar. How are you doing? We are in the middle of something that I call the wheel of logos. Every single week we spin a big wheel. Wherever that wheel lands, we redesign the logo of the brand on that wheel. This week we landed on FAZBEAR Entertainment. I'm gonna say it nice tits. Thank you. So we have been spending the last 1 hour 50 redesigning FAZBEAR Entertainment from these absolutely terrible logos into this lovely little thing. So right now we're making some variants. My name is Captain Eden Jackson, by the way. How are you all doing? How was your stream? What were you playing? We are absolute branding. We are indeed absolute branding. Let's outlines that because we don't need the text anymore. I think we're about done on the text. So let's grab that. Let's go down to 66. 66 is a good one. I also cannot be blamed for the tits. I gave chat the option. I gave chat the option to change the outfits, and this is just what we land on. It's blame them, not me. This is just one of many outfits. So this is the sort of the slightly more corporatized logo. This is the main one. This is the main one that we love. We love this one. This needs to be taken out of backups and put in regulars, which is I guess what it is. So yeah, we've been going for 1 hour 52. Thanks, chat. Chat gets it. Chat gets the assignment. So far we're on like 1 hour 52, which is not a good time for us. But I spent a lot of time yelling into the void about how absolutely wank Scott Cawthon and his storytelling is. So we got distracted. But I really fucking like what we've been doing. I'm a big fan of what we've made. This is a banger. You can see what we sort of based it on. It looks nothing like any of that. And then we've got our free Freddy's over here. We've got cool original nacho cheese and chili heat wave over there. We're not going to be going for very much longer because we are hitting our last split now. We are well and truly in variance mode. So thank you for trusting your chat with us. If you do need to, Ara, if you do need to run off and do, life things, then go ahead. I know what it's like ending a stream and being like, I need to not talk to somebody for several hours. But yeah, we are going to be finishing this off. It's going to look banging. And then we're going to do our own little rig. See, what's weird is when we take the text out of the word entertainment, I kind of like the black box at the bottom, but we're keeping this as it is. We also need a version where it's horizontal, but that should be easy enough to make. Let's put that back in backups, and let's color this text. Sadly, you weren't here for the slightly more artistic period when we were doing, the ideating and things like that. This is all just like, this is all more the boring bits, but we're gonna make do. We're still gonna try and make it entertaining. Right, that should be as wide as the text at the bottom there. And it should be as far away as that bit. So, if I can... What's the best way to do this? Move the whole thing? That makes sense. Move the whole thing? Use the logo itself as a ruler? That totally makes sense, right? And then that goes... that bit with that bit, which really should be a group. I don't know why they're not a group. You should be a group. And then you go there. Yeah! Almost like I know what I'm fucking doing. So this is your boring logo for boringness. Is this one. Logos guys, thank you, real Chikawas. Raise the top amber. Thank you. I wanted to. I know an upsettingly large amount about the Freddy Fazbear franchise, so I wanted to utilize both the past and the future of the franchise, and this way we get Fredbear's top hat and Glam Rock Freddy's skin color on the bow tie. So we get the latest and the earliest. That was my logic. I went in going, okay, no purple. We can't have any purple because we can't have the darkest day of the company's past, i.e. the whole purple guy thing. We can't have that be put on show. I went in lying to you, saying no purple, but it works. It just fucking works. I don't know what to tell you. It just fucking works. Sometimes when it works, you just need to roll with it. And yeah, I really like how this has come out. I think it's really good. I think we may actually, unfortunately, because you've literally just arrived, we may actually be at quitting time already. Best one yet? Is it best one yet? I don't know if it qualifies as best one yet. Nice quote. Yeah. The purple top hat. Call back to the Fredbear Family Diner days. A call back to Fredbear. Again, combining the old with the new. It's real past and future. The kind of thing that corporations love to do in their rebrands. Harken to the past, harken to the future. They love that shit. They eat that shit up. I'm also really happy that we landed on FAZBEAR Entertainment in October. I didn't plan this. I did not plan this. The wheel chose for us. But I really like what the wheel ended up on. You dig? But yeah, it's we need to show off the dark version of the logos. So let's what am I doing? What am I doing that for? Let's grab this group. Let's color this group in the white color. And let's add a fill. The fill is going to be... What is this color? This one. The fill is going to be this color here. And then we will just convert that to a rectangle. Because that's easy. I forget that I have used this exact... I've used this exact appearance panel technique this stream, and I already forgot that it existed. 70. Boom. The dark looks really tasty, actually. The dark looks real tasty. And we can even have, if we're feeling really tasty, we can have it in pure orange, in pure purple. Like, possibilities kind of endless. Can I distribute? Thank you. Thank you for the distribution. Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then this can sit nicely here. And I think I'm just going to make it bigger and then smaller again, because that's the easiest, cheatingest way to make things look good, make things look centered. Make them really big, make them really small again, and then they're centered. I am really fucking happy with this, just in how well everything's brought together. Yeah, I really like how this has been brought together. I am so happy. Like, we incorporated so much about the company, about its history, about its sort of attitudes towards everything. I'm jazzed with this one. It's great. It's great how it's come together. Neil, thank you for ordering your charge. That's a good one. We don't get that one very often. Just seeing how the hat itself looks in different colors. Just basically almost like to fill up this space, really. We have it in all black. We have it in all orange if we're brave. We have it in all purple. Like, it just looks banging. It's banging in all colours, doesn't it? Let's be very bottom like that. In line with those, and can I get a cheeky little distribute? Yes, I can. I actually think I might put a little mock-up in that one. I might like, I'm futzing around for the sake of futzing around. This does actually have a resemblance to the Wonka Topper logo. It kind of does. It kind of does. But yeah, I'm futzing around for the sake of futzing around now. I'm off stream. I think I'm going to make a mock-up to put in that corner for the socials. But we are at time 2 hours 2 minutes. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Going from 0 2 hours 2 minutes. But yeah, that will put us to the end of the show. Thank you everyone for hanging around. We got two raids, one at the beginning, one at the end. Absolutely banging. Thank you for everyone that is hung around for either one of those raids. Thank you for everyone that has hung around. All the early faffing, yeah. For all the early faffing, 2 hours 2 is really good. Anybody that's hung around, we're gonna be back on Saturday for a little show called Wrestling is Silly. If you've never been to a Wrestling is Silly stream before, oh boy, that's gonna be a really fun time. We chuck a bunch of fictional characters in a wrestling ring, and we see what they do to each other. Last week we had 2 new world champions. This week we've got the tag team division burgeoning. We're in episode 2 of season 2. It's going to be incredible. So check out Wrestling is Silly on Saturday if you are free. That's at 7 o'clock. In the meantime, I'm going to raid you out to somebody. Let's see who else we know that is doing a little streamer-rooney. We could... Tin Can Audio is yes, Wrestling is Silly every other weekend. So it's just far enough away from itself that it can surprise you every time, which is really nice. We could say hello to Tin Can Audio. We get raided by Tin Can Audio a lot. Actually, you know what? I've been chatting a lot about getting back into Minecraft this last week. And my friend Tenkoberry is playing Minecraft right now. So let's go say hello to Tenkoberry. Let's go say hello to Tenkoberry. If you're not already joining the Discord, we have a lot of fun there. There's your raid message. If you're a sub, use those emotes. If you're not, use any emotes that you like. And if you're a fan of gay stuff, geeky stuff, pins, candles, you want pride flags on bullshit, you want pronoun pins that look like the He-Man logo or the She-Ra logo, nerdyqueer.com is where you can find all that cool stuff. Me and my partner run that shop, and it's amazing. Come to nerdyqueer.com. But in the meantime, come over to Tenkoberry stream with us. And yeah, book in here, book a file, wherever the book you are. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I will catch you in the next one. But until then, love you, bye.